takes a second.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is up, everybody? Good evening. It's finally Friday, my favorite night of the week, because I get to hang out with all you guys. Who's got two thumbs and likes to get rated? John Bolton does. That's going to be a topic for tonight. That's a good one. Roger Stone apparently is throwing stones on that one. And we got a lot more to talk about. Somebody is singing like a canary, has been singing for several hours, and probably will continue to sing. But, hey, we have a few guests with us tonight. Joining me, as always, my left-hand man, the author himself, David Applegate.
G'day, friends and fans. Welcome to another War Room.
And I've got the doctors in the hizzle. The hizzle for shizzle. What is
Good
up,
evening.
Dr. Calvinus?
Not a whole lot.
So, there's, I'm sure Lape and everybody else is coming in shortly, soon after their late is always late. So, I
think
first
Lapes
off,
versus feeding his pudding right now. So.
he probably is dealing with the dogs, his geriatric dogs. So we'll see. I'm sure he'll be here later. How's everybody's week's been? You know, personal lives. Everybody good?
Everybody's good, I think. I'm good.
Yeah.
Rough, but okay.
Rough.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I got a
Allergies?
funeral
Ugh.
tomorrow, but it's not.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Not a real.
Yeah, I've
close
been
relative.
going for allergies too, but
He got a funeral. That sucks.
a funeral.
Speaking of
and-
funerals, did you guys hear that there's suspected foul play with Hulk Hogan?
No.
Yeah.
I did not
Apparently,
hear
the
that.
story's changed. They're looking at foul play. There's apparently something going on with a physician, and apparently they severed. He had surgery not too long ago. While they were in surgery, they nicked an artery, and they nicked some kind of nerve that controlled his diaphragm. And apparently he almost suffocated in his sleep, and that led to cardiac arrest, put him in a heart attack, and gonzo. So now there's an actual investigation going on, and that sucks.
Wow.
Yes.
I think
the
his
police
doctor
have
had
confirmed.
something to do with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. 19 hours ago, the police have confirmed they've opened a catastrophic medical error investigation.
Yep. Yep.
So the medical board has obviously cleared this as a I forget how they say it. You know, whenever a patient dies, they have every time somebody dies, right, and they're under extreme medical care, there's a medical board. And if they don't clear the doctor, they hand it over to to senior detectives and say, this is a catastrophic medical error. Malpractice, that's it. A malpractice.
That's what I saw the report on X. I posted it in our group chat, so we should have been able to see that. But yeah, according to Fox News, they're under investigation. They're investigating that the whole thing. So
they're not saying that it was deliberate. They're saying it's malpractice.
Right. I mean, I guess that takes out the mal intent. It probably
That's
wasn't.
right.
But
yes.
Yeah,
you can't have murder. You can't have murder 2 or murder 1 if you don't have malice or ill intent.
Yeah,
but you can have wrongful death under malpractice.
Yeah. Yes.
Which they may settle. Which they may settle. Because if you can't, malpractice is one of those things you can't always prove 100%.
Oh, that's me. Sorry, I was sharing.
Unless they're going to dig him up and do another autopsy, which
I think he still hasn't been cremated yet. His body's still out.
I'm coming in real quick.
Right.
Who was that?
Because there's, I know in some countries they have a 24-hour rule that you only have a short time. And then they cremate the body.
Was that on Dr. Coffin-Nails? Because I swear it sounded like somebody was behind me saying, "Hey, I'm coming in real quick," and I was like,
"That was my wife."
It scared the crap out of me.
It scared the crap out of me too for a second.
Oh man. Let's see.
On camera.
I hate when they dig up celebrities for media attention, but this is one of those cases that. You just can't let it lie, Sure, he was old, but the fact that liberals want it suddenly, let sleeping dogs lay. Oh, please! If this was one of your heroes, you'd be barking mad. Does the left have any heroes left other than Obama?
Hey, there's Channel Dad. What's up, Channel Dad?
Y'all hear him?
Yeah, we hear you.
You're on.
We hear you. We were talking about how Hulk Hogan apparently is not apparently is a malpractice.
Natural causes.
Is it? Would it be natural causes? I guess it's natural causes, but it's
no. They're saying
wrongful death. Wrongful death.
They're saying, wrongful death. That's it.
Yeah. So.
Got it.
Yeah, that came across today. I think I shared it either on my Twitter page or X, whatever, or I sent it in our group chat. I don't remember which one I did, but I did one of the two.
So,
Lape, what's up, man? How are you?
Just as a hey, Lape.
I'm all right. Why?
You
am
good?
I getting an echo?
No, I don't think so. I don't hear nothing.
All right. I thought you just asked me that question.
You hear. What is your @Dad WCBS? What is that?
That's the Channel Dad X account that I've had for years.
What in the world? I did not know this. How have I not followed? Oh, I am following. Never mind.
I haven't posted in a long time. I got to remember which browser that's.
Yeah, I don't get on there as often as I should.
Yeah, you don't post here. Nothing.
It's been a minute. Is it this one? No.
You have it on different browsers?
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
That way I don't have to keep switching accounts.
Log in all the time. It just seems to go. If I'm going to use X, I'm going to use this browser.
Hey, there's only one person.
This browser.
Guys, did you know that Cracker Barrel's under attack? There's only one person that can save Cracker Barrel.
Oh, no.
And she got boobies.
I should. Yes.
That would do it.
Hey, if you're going to make that real, she needs a big gap in the middle of her teeth.
I assume that was AI.
Half of them missing.
Lape, you
no,
posted
it needs to be
That's
Sydney.
so funny.
No, it needs to be Stacey. Only Stacey Abrams can save Cracker Barrel now.
No. Then it'd
Yeah,
be
they
called
need
the
all the
honky
sales they
bucket.
can get.
The honky.
Yeah,
I just want to say real quick.
She orders
did you see
Cracker
my
Barrel by
comment
the barrel.
private chat, real quick.
What would you say?
Check out my comment in the private chat.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Oh, okay.
As long I don't care as long as they're not spamming.
Okay.
No,
And that, I mean, even if they want to
Twitch,
spam, that's
there's nothing
cool.
I can do, man.
Yeah, that's all, David. Hey, you want to make
Nothing I
risk-free
can do
money?
about it.
Cool, I do, but not with you.
Really?
Anyway, my good friend Ben, he always calls it the honky bucket.
That's what I call it.
Cracker Barrel.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's
That's
Haywood
funny.
Banks. There's a comedian called Haywood Banks who called it that. That's where I got that from.
Yeah.
Cracker
Jesus
Barrel
thing.
is suffering a
Big
massive negative
butter
reaction after
Jesus.
changing their logo.
Dude,
Yeah.
their stock dropped 14% the
Mhm.
first day.
Well, and apparently their food's been getting worse, and they've
Oh, it's
taken out
awful.
stuff.
It's awful.
Apparently,
Yeah,
But
There's only one
apparently
good
it's
dish,
not-
and it's breakfast.
and they're taking
Breakfast,
off
yes.
some of the good items that I like too.
Like what?
Okay. Apparently, the motif was
Well-
the last in a series of changes.
Like the bacon maple chicken, they're taking off the menu, which I
Yeah.
like.
That
a lot.
sounds pretty good, actually.
It
yeah,
is. It
they
is
actually
very good.
stripped the
I've never
menu
had that.
and changed the interior aesthetics of the restaurant as well,
Mhm. Yep,
ditching
I don't
the
like it.
Americana aesthetic
Yeah,
for a
dude.
sleek modernist.
Let's do
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Basically,
kind of
they're
boring
saying that
box.
it's McDonald's light.
I'm gonna try. Let me see if I can find the
There's a guy that lives in
The
Alabama.
pictures.
He does a lot of like SEC videos, but he did a thing with it. We're firing the cracker, and the character there says that just looks like what does he say? What's the chicken place that's popular these days? It looks like a Zaxby's with a gift shop.
Mm.
It's Zaxby's,
But
yeah.
the thing about this is the CEO was hired to do this. This is a BlackRock.
Mm.
They are pillaging the company to
she's
sell
an
off the.
LGBTQ activist.
Yeah, they're pillaging the company to sell off the real estate. It's basically what Ray Kroc did to the McDonald's brothers, except they don't want a company at the end of it. They just want a shell.
Yeah, this is corporate rating 101.
Yep.
You slowly get into the board, you take the share price, buy up all the shares, and then sell it, and then strip the assets once you get 100%.
right. Hey,
And they
here,
use-
check this. This is the video they put out.
Honestly, the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive that people like what we're doing. I'll give you another soundbite. I
What
actually
hasn't?
happened to be in Orlando last week with all of our managers. We bring them together and every other year. And the number one question that I got asked, Michael, was how can I get a remodel? When can I get a remodel? How do I get on the list?
Oh, really?
So because the feedback and the buzz is so good, not only from our customers, but from our team members. They want to work in a wonderful restaurant. So we're doing everything for our guests and our team members.
Wonderful to have you here.
Pleasure to
and
be
thank
here.
You
Thank
for
you again.
answering those questions for all the Cracker Barrel fans out there. There's a lot of great things.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Can I get in writing that the peg game is going to stay?
The peg game is staying.
Okay.
So are the rocking chairs,
And the
fireplace, vintage decor. It's all there.
All right. Okay, because that would be a deal breaker. That would be a deal breaker.
Honestly,
I'm ready for one. Ready?
Shut up, Mick.
Emotional damage. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
The maple bacon chicken's not going to be
Cracker
there.
Barrel has not
So,
released its
dude, this
current
poor
sales
lady,
figures,
right here, she's gonna be stuck in every single promotional picture.
but Forbes,
That's what they want to do. That's the remodeled
Yeah.
pictures. Like that's the
Oh
after.
my God, that's horrible.
fans
Before-
of Cracker Barrel have overwhelmingly voted that this is cold and sterile. It's basically McDonald's light. You know, if you ever seen McDonald's of the 50s and 60s, just basic.
Well, just a modern
Nothing.
McDonald's looks like that.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
just
you
saying.
guys-
Box,
Yeah, but I'm
you guys
saying-
like
gray. Two-tone
Yeah.
gray with white.
shout out to Steak and Shake. They put out a post. Sometimes they took some serious jabs at Cracker Barrel.
Good.
Sometimes people want to change things just to put their own personality on things. At CB, their goal is to just delete the personality altogether. Hence the elimination of the old timer from the signage. Heritage is what got Cracker Barrel this far, and now the CEO wants to just scrap it all away. At Steak and Shake, we take pride in our history, our families, and our American values. All are welcome. We will never market ourselves away from our past in a cheap effort to gain the approval of trend seekers.
Well said.
Hold on. If Cracker Barrel's doing so great, why are they having a 40% off coupon sale?
Burn. Yeah, I wish we had a Steak and Shake around us. I would definitely go definitely go and
I've got a
buy
couple in
a
my
steak
area.
or shake.
Also,
We used to have one. No one in Roanoke knows how to treat a restaurant, and so they packed up pretty quickly.
Yep. Here we go. May 2024, their last profit report. Cracker Barrel reported a decline in revenue, lack of sales, causing its restaurants to failing restaurants for third consecutive quarter. They lost $200 million.
Holy
and
crap.
Basically, their stock price was falling already. But as you can see there was only a minor dip when they reported that. But they embarked on a new crusade to save the company, and that's when I think that's
honestly the feedback's been overwhelming.
Shut up, Meg.
No, it hasn't.
That is overwhelming feedback.
Yeah, overwhelming in the wrong direction.
Just as a side, I don't want to make you feel bad, Seth, but in Lafayette, Indiana, we had at one time, I don't know if this is true, we had the most restaurants per capita along US 26, and it was referred to as the mayonnaise mile.
Dude, I love
many
mayonnaise.
Restaurants. Yet we can't get a Rallies for some reason.
Cracker Barrel has joined Bud Light and Target in the F around and find out in the woke department.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they are just going downhill.
It's like they started drinking Bud Light or something.
It's going down.
It's true. I'm surprised it isn't on the menu.
Yeah.
It might be.
Yeah, I'm just
Bud
saying
Light.
they are, but they're already facing slowdown, and all American fast food's facing a slowdown because there's now more restaurants than ever. It's called oversupply.
This is the new model of the restaurant. That looks awful. It's so bright. It's just not as inviting as it used to be.
Yeah, it's not rustic. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not moody. It's how dare you come in and eat at a restaurant? Takeaway only.
Yeah, it's a come in, eat, and get the hell out.
The Bulge Daily posted, what do Bud Light, Cracker Barrel, and Star Wars all have in common? Woke white women.
Liberal white women.
Yeah.
They ruin everything.
Yes.
Every darn time.
Speaking of Star Wars, it is official. Bob Iger is looking for a new franchise to buy. He's actually gave Disney the order to find a new franchise to replace Star Wars and Marvel.
To screw up.
Well, you look at Bob Iger, every success he has is from the first year of a company he's bought. Every failure he has is the second year onwards with every company he's bought.
How do they have any money to buy? They're going to have to really get some.
How do you have money? It's called BlackRock.
Hey, that picture I just showed of the remodeled outside of the Cracker Barrel, the first comment says, it'll make a nice spirit of Halloween.
Yeah.
I've seen that several times. In fact, I've seen people in response to her original post with the outsides, people have already started on Twitter X have already said put Spirit Halloween banner over the front door.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad.
That's funny.
Coming soon to a Cracker Barrel near you.
Mm-hmm.
Justice for Maple Bacon Chicken. Good one, Doc.
Dude, I've really been enjoying I think it's the French toast with fried chicken. The chicken and waffle. No, it's not chicken and waffles.
I like the old timer breakfast.
What's the chicken place? Zaxby's or Axby's?
Yeah. Zaxby's is a chicken place.
They announced they're going to open a chain in Australia, but I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not the best.
No,
it's just different.
But according to Bloomberg, the reason why Cracker Barrel and others are in trouble is because there's oversupply. You go to your average mall, there's a dozen franchises, all of them with lines, and half the franchises have half the lines. That there's a few successful ones, like say there's 18 stores. You'll have 6 with long lines, 6 with medium lines, and the last 6 with almost no lines. It's just an oversupply. You're either going to have a few. It's the inverse law of success. No matter how many companies you have, right? The inverse law of success basically means the few will always win. Okay, the more you have, the fewer who win. So McDonald's has oversupplied, right? The only way McDonald's can win again is to cut the number of stores they have. That will give more customers to less stores. They won't lose customers. The problem is that they still think they're in the growth phase, you know?
Yeah.
They don't know how to move to the mature phase, okay? None of these companies mature. They just grow until they burn out and die and then start again.
Uh-oh. Matt Wallace just commented and said Ghislaine Maxwell just revealed that Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you wanted to move to the Songbird.
That we can do that now. We're 20 minutes in.
She was also claiming there's no list, though. Did you see that?
I don't believe that.
No, hold on. She says there's no specific Jeffrey Epstein client list. Mm-hmm. There's address books. There is meeting and schedules for various companies. Okay. But when it came to Epstein's private affairs, he never kept records.
There you go.
Okay, she's saying when they're saying there's no list of specific clients, okay? Now she's not saying how she knows or what she knows, but when it came to sexual activity, right? He had employment records for massages, okay? She's talking about consensual activity, but she is saying she never witnessed anybody doing anything inappropriate. She shot down claims that both President Trump and former President Clinton traveled to the islands for nefarious purposes, saying that the Clintons were longtime friends of her, not Epstein.
Right,
and
I read that.
Also, believe it or not, some of the things she's accused of and he's accused of are simply not true. But they have no legal defense, right? Now, how can they have no legal defense? Because they hired 17-year-olds, right? They weren't accused of SA. They were accused of relocating minors. And that you can't defend when you hire 17-year-olds and put them on an airplane.
What's the difference between that and trafficking then?
No, that's exactly... No, they're saying trafficking for sexual purposes is a different charge.
No, just trafficking in general. You said they're in trouble for relocating.
Yes, that's what they're charged with, trafficking, not trafficking with a purpose.
Right.
She pleaded guilty to trafficking because there's no legal defense. Because they were 17, okay? Trafficking minors.
I'm old.
And they classified...
She's on
but they're saying... But Maxwell said he is a disgusting guy who did terrible things to kids. But she is also saying that there's also other alleged crimes of money laundering, fraud, and conspiracy in a Ponzi scheme that was never actually charged, okay? The actual investigation into Maxwell was she recruited these girls and put them on an aircraft to Epstein, okay? But she knowingly did so, knowing that he was up to no good, okay? So she had no legal defense for that. That's what she pleaded guilty to.
Yeah, but she was his handler. So somewhere in there, she's either lying or obfuscating the truth, I would say.
Obfuscating. But... lawyers confirmed that she was prosecuted but never convicted for other alleged crimes, including money laundering, fraud, conspiracy, and a Ponzi scheme. That's because Jeffrey died and he was the central figure in a grand financial network that dates back to 1974. Is it 1974 when he met... was it Brunel or Wexner? There's like a dozen names over the years that he's been. He went from being an Israeli school teacher to Israeli school teacher. Was he from Israel or was he only on a?
I don't think he was from Israel.
No, but he was working for an Israeli company as a school teacher, and it was owned by the Maxwells, and that's how they met. And he was teaching in private schools, and allegedly in his spare time, he was talking to rich kids who basically were all connected to rich people, and he was inside trading. And instead of sending him to jail, he started handling their finances and doing insider trading.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and he was definitely set up to be the one to take all the heat when it came around.
Yeah.
So, well, and Ghislaine Maxwell's father, didn't he throw himself off his yacht because he just was too?
Yeah, and I'm sure
couldn't handle life anymore, so he self-deleted by throwing himself.
Yeah, and I'm sure it had nothing to do with the 6 Israelis who paid him a visit earlier that day in the Spanish port.
Yeah, but he was buried with full Mossad honors, so hey, there's that.
Yeah, well, he's you can't deny he was a founding member of the Mossad. He was British intelligence, but what most people won't say, he was also working for the Soviets.
Yeah.
Okay, he was a.
I think most of British intelligence were double agents of some degree.
He was a criminal recruited by British intelligence to spy on the Nazis in Greece, wasn't it, or Hungary? Or
I forget where.
During the war, but he was also. But at the time, he wasn't just a gun runner. He was working for the commies, and British didn't know that he was a communist agent when he was recruited, and he later became a founding member of the Mossad and helped the Stern gang with some rather nefarious activities in North Africa.
The cesspool runs deep.
What a surprise that Israelis would hire a gun runner to help them found Israel, right? I guess Maxwell was into the mostly peaceful side of passive resistance, right?
On a lighter note, anybody apply the Windows 11 update that'll delete your SSD?
What?
What's that?
Delete your what?
Your hard drive? Well, not a hard disk. Your solid state device.
No.
Whether it's M.2 or SATA. Apparently, and Microsoft has quietly pulled it. It was reported a few days ago, and there's a manufacturer of those devices that has confirmed that there are circumstances under which the latest Windows 11 update will essentially cause your drive to fail, your device to fail. Most people get them recovered by rebooting, but not everybody.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Microslobs.
Once again, Microsoft puts out a product without product testing.
Windows is too big. They need to delete 2/3 of it anyway.
A lot of it's legacy stuff for
a lot of it's spyware.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's a lot of legacy stuff in there too.
They're recording your information and selling it.
Yeah. But one of the things that makes Windows run slow is the fact that it's encrypted. So every time you do something, it's got to decrypt. They claim this is to protect their source code. Windows was leaked decades ago, and Microsoft didn't create Windows. They bought it on an auction.
Supposedly, was it 8? I don't think it was Vista. I think 8 was supposed to be a more ground-up rewrite off of the XP base.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Vista, but it failed. I think that's how it goes. I don't know.
Hey, can I ask a stupid question?
You mean another one?
Always.
Yeah. What is the jet fuel hoax?
Jet fuel.
Okay. A flat earther decided that aircraft does not hold 60,000 liters of jet fuel because of the size of a 60,000 liter tank. But a couple of people have debunked that by showing the size of the tank compared to the aircraft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those
What
are
does
not to
that
scale.
prove exactly?
That's just not to scale, exactly.
People don't know how to do math.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
they
tank
can't tell that
is
27 feet is not the same as
211.
Okay.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Now, if you shrank that down, what is that? That's what, 8 to 1, 9 to 1?
Also, they do the same with the moon. They did this with the moon. India, China, Russia. I forget who else. I think it was Japan. All put out photographs of the US landings on the moon.
Yeah, India was the most recent.
Yeah. And the India's was in 4K. It was the first 4K photograph taken outside of orbit.
Yeah.
So strapped
You
to
can
4K.
see the shadow and everything. It's right there.
You can see the flag. You can see the footprint.
Man.
You got to remember, they took off their boots, right, for walking inside the spaceship. Okay, so
But they're on the wrong feet.
yeah.
He's probably really sore.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you got to remember, a lot of these flat earthers, what they do is they grab their so-called evidence of other flat earth sites. So you get lots of the same photographs all on multiple sites, but you never have a source that says this came from NASA or this came from Elon or SpaceX. It's all circular. And people don't know this. MUFON, Flat Earth Society, they were all created in the 1950s by Marxist organization under the disinformation campaign to demoralize the West.
You want to see somebody get a lesson in respect real quick?
Mm.
All right. Show.
Done. On the ground.
What does he
Wish I
say
could see
to
that
us?
unedited, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Why was it blurred? Just because it was too violent or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't violent
Too
enough.
scary for YouTube.
Yeah.
But what
Man.
was the impetus for that?
That was the
I don't know. It just said something about wannabe roadman threatens a YouTuber and gets humbled.
Probably came up. This is probably about the YouTubers filming the African scammers.
Here's the here's the uncensored version
in Rome.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna keep filming. There's some people. Are they coming up on us? Oh yeah, there's one trying to flank us on the far right.
All right.
All right. Show.
Oh, kidney. Right, the kidney.
Nice.
You heard that?
Yep.
Thank you, Fred, for saving me there. He came for you with a knife in his pocket. What the hell?
There's another one. No, he decides to run.
Hey, well,
Where is that?
I don't know, but he gave him a little strike and then a kick to the gut.
Are they coming up on us? Oh yeah, there's one trying to flank us on the far right.
No, there's more than one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the mostly peaceful British version of Maxwell delivering some self-defense items for the native population?
Get out of here.
Because the problem with
dude.
him, yeah, if you gave him some Liberty pills that go through him and hit other people.
No. Never mind that self-defense is a crime in the United Kingdom. Most of Europe.
Only if you're white.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, there was a guy in Canada just arrested.
Actually,
because he,
just change that. Being white is a crime.
Yeah. That was in Canada. I saw that. I didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
Was it?
But meanwhile, in the United States, President Trump has targeted Chicago and New York for expanded operation where you'll see the National Guard mobilizing in 19 states. Hey, Georgia, you're going to have National Guard on the streets.
I'm only 2.5 hours away from Chicago, and I'm all for that.
He says 2.5 hours away. I better get the saw, make that drifted out to sea. Cut it off. Drifted out.
Yeah,
to sea.
it's DC is one thing, other cities is another. It's like a bit of a slippery slope there because it's not like the governors or mayors are asking them to come in.
They can only do it in 19 states because of the varying laws. Okay, that's the thing.
Well, they've got laws that go against federal law, which is illegal.
Yeah,
and they're sanctuary cities. Yeah. Right. You can't. The state can't write a law that's goes against the federal.
How's this? So far, only less than 2% of authorized forces have been mobilized, yet DC has had a whole week, which is a record for DC, without one murder.
No,
Previous record was 1 day.
Yeah.
They have at least a murder a day. And Pam Bondi responded, by the way, when she was accused of racism targeting certain folks. She says she showed the list of all the people who have been murdered. The last 24 murders were all black and all under 18. 24 murders. So come on, white liberals. Come on. Tell us how you're defending the black community.
Hey,
Pam Bondi is...
Steak and Shake really did fire the CEO. That's
hilarious. Hey, what speaking of Pam Bundy, so apparently Dan Bongino's really out.
Yep.
Dang.
He violated his contract, man.
What do you mean?
No, he spoke publicly without permission.
Really?
Yeah. He violated his FBI contract.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just heard that he was not liking being there and
when he spoke out,
you were to Cash Patel too.
Yeah. When he spoke out, he disobeyed a direct order. When he spoke out to the media about things to come, that was without permission. And instead of just humbly accepting that he made a mistake, he told them where to shove it, and so they said your resignation's accepted. Hey, you F around, you find out, right?
That sucks, dude. I like Bongino.
Yeah, I like Bongino too, but you don't grandstand for views, right?
Yeah.
You don't use your job to grandstand for views. You're a government employee.
Well, the thing of it is, though, is he's always talked everything is sound bites and photo ops.
And instant gratification.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus, Bongino left out a few key things. He failed to mention that it was a Florida judge who blocked the release of the Epstein report, not Pam Bondi. It was then a New York judge who failed to release the transcripts of the indictments, not Pam Bondi. Okay. She is within her rights to say that he humiliated her publicly and wouldn't go public and give an accurate and fair description of what he did. Okay. He should have just corrected the record, accepted he made a mistake, and learned to keep his head down. Okay? Now, he could have just gotten away with it, right? And said, okay, I'll take this as a lesson, and I'll run these investigations, and I'll bring these people to justice. Instead of doing that, like a man, he decided to just basically tell his, you've all got jobs. What would your boss do if you told your boss a few choice words?
Yeah, you're right. I just didn't know he did that. I just kept seeing something about it. Alex Jones even talked about that he was out, but they're waiting to go public with it for a little while or something.
Well, maybe they're waiting for him to cool off and change his mind and accept that he has an opportunity to make up and keep his job. Alex Jones doesn't always tell the truth or the whole truth anyway. He's another sound biter.
I was just trying to. I'm looking around When did he say something?
Was it 2 weeks ago or more when Pam Bondi failed to produce the list? And Ghislaine is now saying, well, look, that's because it doesn't exist. There is no client list. Okay.
He's still posting stuff on the account for deputy director.
Yeah, like I said, my observation is it looks like they're giving him time, right?
Yeah.
They're actually saying, hey, look, you got an investigation, right? Let's see, make it up. You know, we're not throwing you out the door, but we're putting you on notice that. But Pam Bondi did release the Justice Department transcripts of the interview with Ghislaine. There are a couple of now. There's a couple of key takes. She has admitted that she knew Epstein was not a nice guy, you know. She said that she was friends with Prince Andrew, and it was Andrew who pursued her while he was with Sarah Foods. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that was Andrew who introduced her to Epstein.
There's somebody, Cash Patel posted something about getting. Cash Patel posted something about going after people, and people in the comment section are roasting him, going, number of arrests. It's a terrible.
I don't know who created the idea of the Epstein list.
Ernie says it's fake news that haven't seen anything saying he's out. I haven't seen anything publicly coming out that he's out, but there's a lot of talk that.
As far as I know, that they asked him to stop speaking publicly, as far as I know, about certain cases.
Yeah.
And I know there's zero arrests on many things, but you got to remember, you got to have more than enough evidence of malice, right? You can't arrest people, right? People have been fired, right? There are not many of the things that people have done are not crimes; they're misdemeanors. You can't jail people. You can only fire them, right? James Comey can only for all his abuse of power. That's not a jailable offense. That's just a fireable offense, and he's already not FBI director.
Oh my gosh! Somebody, community noted Cash Patel. Holy crap! Director Cash Patel posted, "No one is above the law at FBI agents on mission." Somebody added context. Israeli government official Tom Orton Alexandrovich was arrested, charged in a joint FBI local police raid for luring and attempting to lure a child online to engage in sexual conduct. He was granted bail and allowed to flee to Israel to avoid charges.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
That's an oopsie.
And there are many, many, many cases of this happening, by the way. You can look it up. An Australian sued and won their lawsuit against an Israeli teacher. That's what I'm saying. This organization known as Israeli Teachers, this is not the first time it's happened. They've smuggled people out of the United States to avoid prosecution.
Yep. Comey authorized classified leaks, stuff like that. But
again, all they can do is fire them or find them, or But apparently, there's also the I forget who it said. Was it Derpowitz who came out and says these people also have some legal immunity where they could say, but I was authorized by or you got to prove beyond a reasonable doubt it was them. You got to have the actual transaction, which is, I think, what they're doing with Bolton, actually proving he had the documents, which is different from saying Adam Schiff's, Adam Schiff has never actually knowingly transferred documents. They can't prove that he's ever transferred documents, nor can they prove conversations he had with New York Times, even when New York Times have been, even though he's walked out of the New York Times building several times. You've got to prove that he's had the conversation. A lot of people jump the gun and demand arrests, but you can't. You got to have. The legal system doesn't work that way. Okay, does not work on accusations. Doesn't work on It doesn't work on opinion. Okay, there has to be. This is what judges could do. Judges can override juries. If a jury finds somebody.
So apparently the when I read the comment that said no one is above the law from Cash Patel, apparently that was pointed to John Bolton's home raid this morning. Yes. And then Dan Bongino commented and said public corruption will not be tolerated.
Yeah. It looks like this is what they can do. If they can prove that Comey or Bolton or Schiff were paid by the New York Times for their information, interviews, then yes. But they also have to prove that during those interviews, they leaked classified information, which means they're trying to match Bolton's conversations at the New York Times to documents in Bolton's possession. They have to match. Okay? Which means they have to have a transcript somewhere of Bolton's conversations with a newspaper or someone else. They had to go before a federal judge, which means they also had to prove that Bolton received money or was approached to leak, and that he had, and probably a classified document sheet that has Bolton's signature as the last one to sign these documents out, They've got to have evidence. Because remember, name a federal judge who likes Trump.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to give a Bolton raid to Trump unless they absolutely had no other option.
Yeah.
Because judges have a lot of power. They can even override juries. If they wanted to in the Diddy case, they could have overrid that jury and said that him being overcharged is not a justifiable reason for finding him not guilty. Judge could have done that. Same with the Trump case. Oh, did you hear about Trump's winning in New York?
No, something about it got dismissed.
The fine got dismissed.
That's right.
Not the charges. That's a separate appeal. But that appeal has been allowed to go ahead now. Finally, Trump's appeal is allowed to proceed.
Gotcha.
But he's no longer beholden to the New York state, and he's had his assets unfrozen. But he still has a penalty of 2 years, which is normal under the law, right? If you make a mistake on bookkeeping, you are censored, right? They can ban you for a period of time. But Bolton is part of an ongoing investigation into leaking and public corruption.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, my guess is that when Bongino went in looking for the Epstein files, they gave him everything, gave him a certain amount of time to build a case, and they haven't been able to build a case without Maxwell. And that's why Pam Bondi is talking to Maxwell. Oh, not Pam Bondi, sorry. It's a private lawyer, or a special prosecutor.
I don't know.
Yeah, Pam Bondi's got a special assistant talking to Ghislaine, and apparently they're still going after 6 hours. But she's also given interviews yesterday prior to going in with the prosecutors. Oh, wow.
Those two cases obviously are of significant public
20
interest.
bodies have been found
just
in
telling you
Colorado
that
in a funeral home ran by the county coroner.
I am not asking anyone to believe me. I'm telling you what's there and what isn't. Right. There is nothing in the file at this point on the Epstein case, and there's going to be a disclosure on this coming shortly. We are working through there is video. That is something the public.
There's video of him killing himself.
No, not the actual act, but the entire MCC Bay. It was only one camera. There were there's video that when you look at the video, and we will release. That's what's taken a while on this. We are working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced, and we're going to give the original so you don't think there were any shenanigans. You're going to see there's no one there but him. Right. There's just nobody there. So I say to people all the time, if you have a tip, let us know. But there's no DNA, there's no audio, there's no fingerprints, there's no suspects, there's no accomplices, there's no tips, there is nothing. If you have it, I'm happy to see it. There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see it. So
but you know, what do you do?
If you have it, yeah. Well, you're just given every opportunity to find the evidence, and the only person they can keep coming back to is Ghislaine.
Yeah. So what did John Bolton do that required a raid?
He's allegedly involved in the leaking of classified documents to the media.
Okay. Gotcha.
Hours later, they're still in his home and they've started in his office. Dan Bongino apparently just arrived to work on the documents that they have. So he's reviewing the classified documents out of Bolton's home, which shouldn't be there, right? Any classified document. But, you know, the arguments are going to go backwards and forwards on that one for a while. Because they have to have documents that were classified at the time of Bolton leaking. They have to link them to Bolton through articles and interviews. I mean, it's a long process, but they've obviously got something in order to get a raid.
Yeah.
And again, if I was Ben Bongino and I had a list of so-called Epstein clients or
who's Ben Bongino?
I'd be working on, you know, I would be working on that, not on John Bolton.
Yeah, sorry, work on Ben Bongino.
Yeah, sorry, man.
I love it, dude. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I love it. That's awesome. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing. That was really funny.
I know. I'm embarrassed, but I'm still like, I do see the humor in it.
It's really
I sometimes
funny.
mispronounce things. It happens.
I know, dude. It's cool. We all do. I do it all the time. But it's just really, it was really funny. The way that it came out was.
Yeah.
What?
In breaking news, Trump has proposed changes to the 2026 budget.
Oh, nice.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that Trump has slashed already $1.7 trillion in spending. It's just not enough to bring the deficit down yet because there's like 10 years of commitments or something, you know.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Plus, of course, also the debts of the states like California are growing. But the biggest shakeup is Section 8 housing. No longer will it be long-term housing, and priority will be given to working families and single parents. And once they're working, and once they're sufficiently employed, they're to move off the program. You know, apparently they say this will slash HUD by up to 40%, and that this is only federal money. This will not affect any of the programs by the states. This is merely basically saying Section 8 housing now comes with rules and regulations such as work requirements.
People shouldn't be able to live in those housing long term. They should be like a stepping stone.
Yeah, it's like you've got all these women who get to have a kid and then keep living on well after they've had a child. They keep basically living on, and every time the government comes to move them out, they go and have another kid, you know.
Yep.
And a lot of them have been caught working, and yet states won't prosecute. There's a whole lot of problems. Now, the budget still, of course, as you know, the budget goes through a process. They've rejected this actually in the past.
Ooh, sound like somebody getting with it.
Yeah.
Who was that?
I got noisy neighbors.
Oh, that was you, David? Well,
Yeah,
that was somebody outside your house?
Yeah, somebody outside my house has got a bike with a hole in the muffler.
That's awesome. I like that kind of stuff. That sounds like
he's got a rather loud bike. Yeah.
I wonder what kind of. Hey, if you can ever, do you ever see the bike?
Yeah, it's usually parked downstairs.
So anytime that you get a chance, send me a picture of it. I want to see it.
All right. So this Trump's proposal isn't new, and it's not the first time. But Congress is looking for budget cuts to meet their targets because if they don't come up with a budget this time that's going to reduce the debt, a lot of them fear that voter backlash. No kidding. But they have reduced the growth of the debt. They just haven't reduced the debt yet. Could you imagine you cut spending by 1.7 trillion and all you do is slow the growth of debt? But again, don't forget, half that debt is the states. You know, I mean, particularly California. Yeah. Californians out there claiming that we've subsidized, we're the fourth largest economy or something. Yeah, but you spend like you're the largest, you know. But one of the budgetary reports is about who the United States is in debt to and how much, you're exposed to China. But apparently, China's been selling off. So, trading U.S. treasuries for gold.
Nice.
Just why you're seeing a surge in gold price.
That's good, I guess. But that's China, right?
Well, it's bad because there are 19 illegal operations around the world mining gold without a license from the. Basically, Chinese mining companies have moved into Africa and started mining gold, and basically robbing those states of. They were caught recently in Afghanistan stealing oil from. Basically, they crossed the border and drilled in and been there for 3 years mining oil, and they didn't pay this Afghani state 1 cent in revenue.
Yeah,
it's like, wow. Because nobody will stand up to China, right? All these small African countries, what are they going to do? They ask. Basically, they don't do anything. They just basically watch as China steals their resources, and then they blame Europe. What are we supposed to do? It's a no-win situation. But yeah, China's allegedly now stealing gold from 19 countries around the world at an incredible rate. But they're also buying it at an incredible rate. And there's been several leaks allegedly about China planning a 48-hour war against Taiwan and Japan's.
Do you think that's going to happen?
Well, Japan countered with a leak of their own of how they would sink the entire fleet before it got to Taiwan.
So nice. Well, who knows?
And that's before the American submarines arrived from the Philippines. Apparently, you got 2 subs over in the Philippines now, waiting for the Chinese to F around.
Yeah.
But apparently China's backed off from their war plans and decided to just say nothing for now. But what's the saying? You're only 6 minutes from war. And you wonder where they get their calculation from. That's the flight time of
an ICBM
the missile. Yeah,
Yep.
ICBM from China to Taiwan. It's no longer the flight time from Beijing to it's no longer the flight time from Russia to say the nearest European capital. They're now thinking that the kickoff would be a missile at Taiwan. Either fired by North Korea by accident,
Whoopsie.
Yeah. But North Korean missiles, you may not hear about them, but they've actually doubled the number of missile testings. And some of them look very, very similar to the missiles on display in the is it Victory Square? Where the communists have all their show-off war toys in China. They have a big museum that shows off all their war toys anyway. I think it's called Victory Square. And basically, what victories? You got your ass handed to you by Vietnam.
Yeah. They always trying to be proud of something they didn't do.
Yeah. But they did successfully invade Tibet when nobody came to their aid, and Tibet had no army. There's always that. We won against what army?
Yeah.
But yes. And the only reason why the communists won in the 1940s is because the US wouldn't arm Chiang Kai-shek, even though they said they did. The arms magically appeared in the hands of the communists, thanks to Air America.
Yep. Let's see. What else? I guess Lape's dealing with dogs, and I know Dr. Coverdale said he had to leave soon.
Yeah, probably talking about that. Garcia's been released from a Tennessee jail ahead of his trial because of a Maryland judge. How could Ghislaine gave an interview to The Independent.
I don't know.
I don't know how he was deleted, but I believe he was deleted. It wasn't a self-inflicted deletion.
Oosh. Ruh-roh.
But she also says that there's a dereliction of duty by the fact that he wasn't under observation. She thinks it's ludicrous to believe that it was an outside actor, that the people who were involved were in prison. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
And they probably covered it up, right? They probably covered it up. They're, I don't think it was the Bureau of Prisons. I think it was the prison itself. I think they all just covered it up, and the Indians moved in and protected these two from getting fired, basically. I mean, this is the problem, isn't it? Unions, everybody who has power seems to basically want to flex it, And it's always for the wrong reasons. And there doesn't seem to be any reasonable judges anymore, who move in and say, no, you can't do that. These people these people made a catastrophic error. They got to pay the consequences, They didn't do their job.
Arizona Ice-T came out and said, I'm not going to redesign my logo. Burn.
That's the Arizona Ice-T. That's the one with the they had the viral clips, right, of people getting iced tea'd.
No, that was Twisted Tea.
Twisted Tea, right.
Yeah. Dr. Covanell, you got to go?
Okay, see ya.
I brought it up a minute ago. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. I got out of breath. I just had to do something strenuous.
Oh, I bet you did have to do something strenuous. Hold on. Here it goes.
Oh God, no.
There you go.
Hey, it takes me longer than 5 minutes, guys. Come on, I'm not Al Bundy. Good night.
All right.
Well, we know what he's going to do.
Despite last month's contraction of 0.5%, which occurred because all the world's economies decided not to trade with the US, particularly. This is the problem. It's actually a good thing when you're not buying from China. I don't know why you would say, "Oh, look at the trade with China; it's down." That's a good thing. It means you're buying goods from the US, not from China.
Yeah.
And China's selling down your dollar. Well, didn't you? But US growth rate's back 3%. Okay. And the thing is, the Center for Economic Research is saying, oh, that's bad, only 3%. Wait a minute. Did you say 1% under Obama and Biden was good? Yeah.
Hey, apparently the Gap just dropped a denim ad.
Oh,
that
really?
goes against like the American Eagle campaign of good jeans. They say denim is better in denim. This is denim that as you define it, your individuality, your self-expression, your style, you're powerful on your own, even better together. And then this is the commercial that goes with it. I'm gonna mute it for copyright reasons, but it's the milkshake song. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Oiler Greg? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Oiler. How's it going?
That's see, this I'm talking like all that stuff sells now. We're back to toxic masculinity being awesome.
Yeah.
And that's just it.
And of course, we have a huge problem. I mean, Disney, is basically. I'm glad USA is cut off. That's why a lot of these companies are failing. They relied on these aid organizations to put money into hedge funds, and then hedge funds putting money into Disney. And then basically making their profits off the stock trades, not off the actual product. It's ridiculous how many companies' profits depend on stock trading, not the actual product.
Yep.
Elon Musk is urged to drop the chip on his shoulder and work with the GOP instead of against it. Good idea, Elon.
They should.
I mean, you got good ideas. You should be working with the government, not against it. Just you can't get your own way all the time.
Yeah,
that's a given. Look at a lot of people are upset with Trump merely because he didn't deliver everything that he said he would. But you don't get your way all the time. Sometimes, a federal judge will stand in your way. What are you going to do? You had illegals. Yes, you have a border wall, but you have gaps in it still where the illegals just walk around. But Trump is dealing with that by increasing the building of the second stage of the border wall. But there are people who are actively working against Trump, and he should be able to fire them. But unfortunately, every time he goes to fire somebody, there's a New York or Maryland or some activist in California who files a lawsuit. That shouldn't be on.
Yeah, hey, I'll give you that, Ola Greg. Normal masculinity and toxic feminism. Yes, that is correct.
look at the situation with censorship. That they want to censor everything to the eyeballs. They want your violent video games to be basically nerfed. You look at the games that were nerfed, like Golem. It failed, right? Speaking of Nerf failed. The Nerf game failed. They want to basically.
Oh my gosh! The Dude Wipe new logo. That is wonderful.
Gone but not forgotten.
I love it. Old country stool.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, toxic femininity. Look at all the companies that failed. What do they all got in common? Female CEOs. I don't care what Bob Iger identifies as. I don't see a man when I see Bob Iger.
That's too funny. Dude wipes. That's pretty good. We can't let them redefine our language. Did that in 1984. Yeah.
So Gavin Newsom, who hates Trump, is now tweeting like Trump. So you're admitting that you're a failure you're admitting that your ways are a failure, and the only way you can be a success is by mimicking Trump. Way to go, Gavin!
Yep.
Way to go.
But I mean, hey, look at this. This is exactly what they want to do, and they've taken the personality out of all these restaurants.
Yeah, they're turning everything into the same. This is Operation Demoralize. Okay, this is where they turn everything into grey slop. Okay, that's why they talk. That's why you look at diversity programs are all about everything black. It's all grey slop. It's about It's not about. There's no diversity in DEI. Okay. There's no merit hiring in DEI. You have Joy Reid claiming that white people never invented anything, and yet she isn't sued for racism or violating civil rights because white people aren't allowed by law. We cannot have. You can form the ADL, you can form the NAACP, but you can't have the National Advancement for White People because that would be considered racist. The laws are against you. And this is why liberals are so upset, because Trump is going after their power structures of inequitable laws that favor them and institutionalized liberalism. Like DEI is basically institutionalized Marxism.
David, look at the meme. It's funny.
Oh, crack. Oh, now we get it. Yes, there's definitely a crack in that barrel. Yeah. Sorry, man. It was like, oh, wait a minute. Who's that? I was trying to think.
I know. You get going. You go.
I know. I was saying, I was seeing crack, not crack. I was blind, man.
Let's see.
I was blind.
Trying to see what else is going on. Like churches have gone from being very nice built, decorative, to just buildings like, nothing fancy. I mean, everything really is just becoming homogenized.
Yeah. And it's always the same people behind it. BlackRock.
Yep.
And the reason why BlackRock has so much power is because they get all their because they run the pension funds for the unions. But they're now looking at but the was it the Teamsters who fought back saying, look, we're going to pull our money out if you put Rohan into New York, we're pulling out our money. That's how you get to BlackRock, is you destroy their illegal monopoly on pension funds. Holy cow, a mass evacuation has been announced in Ukraine.
Where?
Looking at it now. 4 areas on the front line, mass evacuations. The front line is moving. The Russians have broken through. in several areas. The Ukrainian 24th Brigade has been overrun. And Zelensky's
Dang,
ordered
where's that
mass
at?
evacuation. That's in the Donbass, in the center of the fighting in central Ukraine. I mean, central Donbass. I mean, Donetsk. I can't pronounce the name of the town.
Yeah.
It's near
Man,
Pavlovsk.
there's nothing even discussing it. When did this happen?
According to the Kiev Independent, the Russians defeated the 24th 10 hours ago, and the announcement came just now, basically, to evacuate non-essential personnel across 500 kilometers of the front line, which is basically most of the front line in Donetsk.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and this has happened before, sometimes when the Russians have defeated the Ukrainians, they haven't advanced. This is weird. Okay, there's some weird things that have happened. Yesterday, Zelensky was standing in front of a gigantic missile saying that it's got a range of 3,000 kilometers, that he's ready for mass production. But the thing is, it looks like some toy prop, you know? It looks like a missile until you go, wait a minute, that looks more like, it looks like an oversized air-to-air, It just there's no attachment. Like, is it ground launched? Is it air launched? It's just some prop hanging on a chain cable.
I was trying to find something. Glenn Jacobs, formerly Kane. He's the governor, or he's a governor or mayor or something in Knox County. I guess the mayor. Yeah. He posted being at the Waffle House and said, but Old Faithful still stands, talking about Cracker Barrel.
Waffle House put out a statement saying we're not changing the logo, and they put out just Waffle House. Yeah. Well, what do you need? Oh,
right.
So would you be surprised if there was, when you found out there was a food fight over chicken tenders on a cruise liner, that it was the usual suspects, which is why they never said the race of the offenders?
They fight getting on the boat.
Well, they probably mistook it for oops, where's this boat going to? Just get on.
I saw a video for it's Carnival. Yeah, just fighting.
Carnival Cruise Line. Yeah, Carnival Cruise Line.
If I ever go on a cruise, I'm going to go on an expensive one.
Yeah, Carnival Cruise Line refuses to identify the offenders because it would be racially insensitive. No kidding.
Always is.
If they were white, you wouldn't.
I'm gonna bow
if they were white, they would have been front and center.
Yeah, we can head out. We can head out too. It's kind of. I mean, what you got going on?
I don't know. It's just say that things are not happy down in the midsection.
Hey, don't forget your dude wipes. Did you see that meme I just shared?
No.
Dude wipes.
Oh, it was a dude it was the Cracker Barrel dude sitting on the toilet, and it was like, dude wipes. We're here for you.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we'll all get out of here. We'll be live coffee and gaming in the morning because we're getting ready. We're getting ready to wind down anyway. So we'll just call it here. Coffee and gaming in the morning. Buy David's book. Check out Leap's channel, and we'll be back next Friday night right here. But we'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for coffee and gaming.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Good day, sir.
Later, dudes.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Hell, I got to go.
Peace out.
Burn in hell, New World Order. Fuck you. Fuck you, New World Order. Fuck you, Bill Gates.
I love you. You gotta do better than that. I love you.